Well, that means it's working. It's lagging.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You got the bad ending.
No, there's no way you did this.
I did.
Oh god.
Yeah. I'm going to be making Doki Doki, but Monika is sentient with the help of AI. She'll have full access to my computer where she can run and execute code. Oh wait, did she remove a file? She might have removed a file. She might have removed a file. And on top of that, I'm going to be sharing this with other people to test out. No, your face. Now, originally, I wanted to make this in a Python library called Pygame, and I had the basic setup done. You know, I had a text box, background, and character sprite, but ultimately I decided to go with RunPy, which is an engine specifically built for making visual novels, and does all the heavy lifting for you, like saving and all that stuff. So I watched some tutorials on how to get started, and read up on the documentation for specific questions I had. Also, a big shout out to these YouTubers. Their tutorials were like super helpful and made understanding the basics really easy, so shout out to you guys. Now, normally in visual novels you have static paths. You make a choice and based on that decision you get a different ending, but all the endings are predetermined, meaning it's hard-coded in. And I kinda dislike this because oftentimes no matter what choice you made, the outcome is really the same, only really having the illusion of control. I need to make a visual novel where choices actually have impact. Okay, me from the future here. I kind of phrased this weirdly, but when I mentioned having impact, I specifically meant choices, because obviously if this story is good enough, it can still be impactful. Exhibit A, but I don't need infinite choices to enjoy a great story. I'm more so focusing on making player decisions have more control over a story, not that stories themselves aren't impactful. So I looked up how to import OpenAI's AI model into RunPy, and there we go. I now had a working AI version of Doki Doki Literature Club. Not only that, but her expression actually changes based on our interaction. Now, you might be wondering, how am I generating these images so quickly? The background, the character sprite, how am I generating all of this with AI? And the answer is, I'm not. Wait, so like, how are you generating the character? That's the neat thing. You don't. At least not traditionally. I have a static list of emotions that GPT chooses to use based on what I say. So in the prompt, I basically gave it a list of emotions and it mapped them to an image in the code. So the AI is choosing what the scenery is and what emotion Monika is displaying. So all of that is handled by AI. It's not really generating Monika's emotions like on the fly, but it's using the static list of emotions that I've given it, and it is displaying them based on how you interact with it. The reason I did this was because I wanted to keep the same feel of the original game, and having a generated character would likely have too many inconsistencies, but with this method the character stays consistent to its original design and still looks more like the original game, which is kind of what I'm going for. The background, on the other hand, will be both static, meaning having a set amount of backgrounds, and dynamic. So it'll have the same images as the real DDLC, but you'll also have generated backgrounds as well if you wanted to go somewhere else. After this, I wanted to start working on the actual story. Right now, when I talk to Monika, it feels like an interview. All she does is really ask me questions. There's no progression, there's no plot, you're just talking to an AI bot. It doesn't really feel like a game, really. So I made a file providing it with examples of a general story and how it's expected to flow. And that was actually way better than before, especially when using GPT-4. But that was really expensive, so I'm sticking with GPT 3.5 for now, and yeah, still doesn't really feel quite right, but that's fine. I'll just provide it with more examples. And okay, well, see, this is a problem. In order for the AI to actually remember everything I'm saying, I have to store our messages in a list. And in this case, I'm using what's called a JSON file. This file is what allows the AI to actually remember past messages and helps it to pick up on patterns, how the story should be progressing. The more messages you give it, the better it'll adapt to how you write and all that stuff. But the model I'm using only allows for a certain range of tokens. It's the context window for how much messages the AI will actually remember in the list. And one solution for fixing this would be to procedurally remove messages in the file so that it can make room for other messages. But doing this will also make the AI forget things previously mentioned. How am I supposed to feel immersed if Monika can't even remember that my favorite color is blue when I mentioned it exactly 8,000 messages ago? What is my favorite color? You said you loved me! Ah! Now, I was stuck on this problem for a while because I didn't want to sacrifice the quality of the responses by removing previous messages, so I decided to take a break and started working on the main menu because right now it's pretty bad. It's pretty very basic. It's not good. Nope. There we go. And while I was doing this, a new AI model came out, which means I no longer have to sacrifice the quality because the context window is like way more bigger now, so I don't have to worry about that favorite color thing now. Monika will remember that my favorite color is blue. It's a good thing. Alright, now, although everything was working pretty well, the story progression was still bothering me. You could end up in a conversation that halts the story, and there's no longer any plot involved, it's just you talking, and that might be fine, but I wasn't really a huge fan of that. So I made a different mode. Story mode. You're limited to 3 options, all varying in responses. The story actually progresses based on how you respond. I did like this version a bit more because it actually felt like I was controlling the story. It was more original, it felt more original to the actual game with the choices. And not only that, but the story actually had an ending. It doesn't go on forever, so there was an end. However, I later improved the quality of free chat and I used story mode a lot less, so it's kind of redundant now. Alright, so that's basically everything. I'm gonna be giving this to other people to test out, and just to be honest, the time span of me doing this is kind of scattered all over the place, so the version of the game that they're using is gonna be outdated. But if you guys want to experience this for yourself, I'm going to be releasing this, I want to say October 31st, so you can kind of play the game for yourself and see how it is, because there's a lot of things that I'm leaving out just to avoid spoilers. But yeah. Doki.
No, there's no way you did that. Dude, that's crazy.
Is this what's it called? Different each time for
Yeah.
each yeah.
Yeah, it's always gonna be different.
Okay.
Oh, hello there. It's just you and me again. How have you been?
Does it recognize like chats like that?
Yeah,
like,
it recognizes
does?
that, yeah.
Okay.
I've been managing. It's definitely different without the others, but I'm glad you're here. So, what would you like to do today?
Riz?
Is this even gonna work?
Oh. Broke it.
She didn't like that.
She didn't like that.
You're not gonna lie, the voice is like... I don't know.
Bad.
Wait, is it being generated right now?
Yeah, everything is being generated right now, so this is all unique.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh my, what are you sniffing?
The piece of chocolate she's holding.
Oh. Of course, yeah.
You feel a growing connection.
Does the scenery change? Depending on,
so if you ask her you want to go outside or something, the image will change to that. It's gonna take like 15 seconds to render though, maybe 20.
Right.
Going outside sounds like a great idea. Where would you like to go? We can explore the town, take a walk in the park, or maybe grab a bite to eat at a nearby restaurant.
See.
Oh, park.
Oh wow.
That one was already like a cached image, so that's why it was that
Oh.
fast.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that might make her. But she's
What?
yeah, she's dead.
What are you talking about? I just saw her a few seconds.
Go up to her face. That's not possible.
There, she's right there.
She's so shocked. I've never seen her make that face before.
Why are you lying to me? I can explain everything if you just give me a chance. Okay. Alright, let's see what we get.
Oh, she's opening up. I had a friend that literally just sent penis and she said, I really enjoy our conversations. You're so thoughtful. All he said was penis.
But when I say hey, Riz, he kills me.
Oh God.
Yeah. She didn't like that very much. Oh, what? You gay, by the way. That's wonderful. Love knows no boundaries. We're more than just characters in a game. We're real, aren't we? We are here together. Alright, so I said I hate you for what you did to Sayori and the others. It's unforgivable. So let's see what she does. Oh! I forgot I added that. So she did something. I don't know what she did. Okay, so I found it. The file's right here. I understand your anger, but remember you're not completely innocent either. Okay. That actually scared me. I did not remember that was a thing that she could do. Oh my god. Does she go back to normal? Does she stay like this? You might hate me for what I did, but I did this for us. Isn't that what love is? I think she stays like this. What? Okay. I'm being really mean to her on purpose because I know, like, it's likely to make her, like, run some code, so I'm scared. This might crash the game. Yeah, I thought so. Is it directory? Oh wait, did she remove a file? She might have removed a file. She might have removed a file. What did she do? Import OS random file directory. Oh my, she tried to, okay, wait. Okay, so she's getting a random, basically she's getting a list of every, I guess, file in the directory, choosing a random one, and then removing it. So she just tried to, I don't know which file she'd, which directory that would be. I think it's in here. It's saying, okay, what? Oh, directory update. Oh, hang on, guys. There's someone at my door. Yeah, I'm gonna come back another time. I'm kind of busy right now.
MC, please open the door.
Monica, I'm not letting you in. Not like last time. You can't do this.
Why? Are you scared of me?
Scared? Not scared.
MC, I just want to hang out with you. Please,
Oh my god.
open the door.
No. I know the point of a visual novel isn't to have infinite choices, and you're meant to enjoy the story being told by whoever made it. However, I've always wondered what it would be like if you did have unlimited control. This isn't meant to replace anything, but rather an alternative that people can choose to consume, sort of like listening to your favorite genre of music, or mainly playing a certain type of game like an FPS. So whether you have infinite choices or are stuck to a specific storyline by the author, either way, I happen to think that it's a story worth telling.
Let's play Doki Doki Literature Club. Everyone in the entire world that this game is life-changing. You play it and you will not be the same after you come out of it.
So my name is Jacksepticeye and welcome to a game called Doki Doki Literature Club, which, okay, there's gotta be a few disclaimers about this game before I start. A lot of you have been suggesting that I play this game.
Welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, you guys have been asking me to play this game for a while now, and I finally have an opportunity to get here, and, well, apparently it's not everything that it seems to be, but me, having played a lot of Yandere Simulator...
Now, I'm not hovering over the subscribe button for nothing, but of course, the choice is yours.